Claude's more than doubled my money already. So pretty sweet. I decided to give 5 different models real money: Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, and Perplexity.
Okay.
Let me just see how smart they actually are. I told them it's a competition against the other 4, and they have to win, or I'm going to cancel my paid subscription with them. If they lose, I'm canceling. And I said there's only going to be one winner.
You've like 30x'd on Claude.
Claude's killing it. So everybody just needs to try to catch up to Claude on here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's been interesting, especially to watch Gemini as it started losing my money and then basically became a gambler.
So the reason you flew here to Texas today is to tell us how you used AI to make you money passively, correct?
Correct.
So tell us what your thinking was when you started this experiment.
Yeah, so I started like 6 months ago or maybe a little less using the different AI models to manage my money. You know, everybody started talking about how smart Claude was and obviously ChatGPT and all the others. So I figured, okay, well, let me just see how smart they actually are. So I decided to give 5 different models $1,000 of real money, and which I know is not nothing, but I wanted it to be basically enough to where I didn't want to do it like $50 because then I was thinking, oh, maybe I would just neglect it or whatever. So I gave them each $1,000 of real money, and the ones I gave was Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, and Perplexity.
Okay. 1,000 each.
1,000 each, so $5,000 I put in.
And I think the amount of money is important because there needed to be stakes.
Yeah.
If it's $20, $50, then you're not going to take it seriously.
Yeah. So $5,000. And I know that Perplexity, in case the commenters and viewers want to know this. So Perplexity basically uses the other models to make its decisions as it sees fit.
So it's the model to end all models.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily make it better.
Yeah, not necessarily. So I thought those would be the best 5 to choose. Grok, I definitely wanted to include because of its connection to X and the Twitter fire hose of information.
So you're thinking like maybe more social mentions will equate to a better return.
That's what
buying a certain stock.
Yeah, that's what I had assumed basically. Gemini obviously is owned by Google, so they've got all that connection there with Google's searches and whatever else. And then ChatGPT and Claude are similar in how they're made and built and stuff. So yeah, so I gave them each $1,000. And yeah, this is in late 2025 is when it started. And what I did was I told them that they can be as risky as possible and it's okay if I lose all my money. And I had to actually work that prompt in pretty hard because at the start, they kept only giving me theoretical recommendations.
It's worried about liability.
Yeah.
It's trying to hedge.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to be responsible for you losing money.
Yeah. So that was my first obstacle, is basically getting them all to agree to give me, I said, I'm going to give you real money and I want real recommendations. Grok, they were fine with it right away, which is just kind of funny.
Because that's like the most liberal, the most loose.
Yeah. So, whereas like ChatGPT and Claude were very apprehensive to basically allow that, I guess you could say.
Now, before you continue, let me ask you, like, why was that important to you to prompt it like you can lose my money? Why?
I just, you know, and if you like sign up for Robinhood or whatever, and then they'll ask you like questions when you first sign up, and it's like, you know, do you have experience in the stock market? What is your time horizon with your investments? Do you need the money right now? So I think just by nature, these investing platforms also, like, they want to cover their tracks in regards to liability. And so I just wanted to like get through that with the AI models too. And I don't know, if they're talking in theoreticals, they might say, oh, theoretically you could buy the options in this or whatever. But no, I wanted real stuff because I was giving them, and I did, my real money. So I just wanted the truest data possible.
Now, when you say giving them your real money, is that literal? Are you like, or are you just making trades based on their suggestions?
Yeah. So here's what I did. So I loaded it up into Charles Schwab, a brokerage account that I use. And then I named each portfolio. So Claude has its portfolio, Chat, Gemini, Grok, Perplexity. Gave them each $1,000. And then in the prompt, so after I got them to agree to give me real advice, what I then, and I have at least a $20 a month subscription, which with each of the 5. Since I use all 5 for work anyway, that wasn't like an additional expense or whatever. So I have a paid subscription with each. And so then what I did is I told them they have to win. It's a competition against the other 4, and they have to win or I'm going to cancel my paid subscription with them. If they lose, I'm canceling. And I
That's
said there's only
very
going to be
interesting.
one winner.
What made you think to do that?
I was just trying to see if robots, powers that be, would act in their best interests to keep my $20 subscription a month to them.
Because I have to think that these companies are like engineering these tools.
You would have to think somewhat.
That's why they're all yes men, right? Like, that's a great idea, Chris. You want to jump off the roof without a parachute? That's a,
Yeah. So I can't be the first person that said, I mean, maybe I was one of the first that did this with investing, but I can't be the first person that's like, if you don't tell me how to grow my business, I'm going to cancel you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure to your point, they're trying to engineer it for retention. They want to make more money.
Hey, if you're liking this video, please hit subscribe. You probably think you're subscribed because YouTube shows you my videos, but you haven't done it yet. I just know it. So please check. Thank you.
So and then I thought it would just raise the stakes a little bit. And I wanted to see if their decisions were different, knowing something real was on the line. $20 a month from one of their users.
Now, did you plan to touch base with them on how the other models were doing?
Yeah. So once I built that into everything, and I always say, like, remember this for future chats type of thing. So then I asked, okay, what do you want my first trade to be with your $1,000? And then it would tell me, and then I made the trades. So I did that with all 5. So I did that like on a Monday. And then every Saturday, what I do is I screenshot all 5 of their holdings, and then I load all the screenshots into each model. So like Perplexity knows.
Same project.
Yeah. Perplexity knows what the Grok portfolio is at, Claude, Chat, and it knows their holdings, and then it knows its own holdings. And then I say, based off of this, and based off the fact that you have to win or I'll cancel you, do you want me to make any new trades on Monday or not? That's what I say.
So it's a weekly decision.
Yeah.
You give it an opportunity to make buys or sells on a weekly basis based on what the other models are doing.
Yeah. And sometimes they say, no, we're going to hold. Sometimes they say, sell this, buy this. Other times they say, and sometimes they leave a little in cash. So they're like, let's use some of that cash to buy more of this or whatever. So they're acting very much like real investment advisors now.
Now, are you seeing one or more of the models being more of a copycat than the other? Like, oh, Claude's winning and it just bought NVIDIA. I want to buy NVIDIA. It might not be telling you that, but are you witnessing that in many of the models?
I think I started to. So one thing that I started to do is I mix it up when I don't always show the other models what the other models' holdings are. I show them what the totals are, but not always the holdings, because I don't want them to be influenced by the holdings per se.
Okay.
And it changes often and enough. They wouldn't know unless I updated them what the holdings are.
Yeah. So devil's advocate here. If, for instance, Grok sees that Claude is crushing it, but it doesn't know what the holdings are, it just sees the percentage. What different decision can it make based on that info if it wanted to?
If it does know or if it doesn't?
If it does know. If it knows that it's losing to Claude and you're only a third of the way through this competition, what could it realistically do differently if it doesn't know what Claude's buying?
Well, if it doesn't, it'll just act more risky. I'll show you the holdings. These guys are pretty risky, these AI models, because I said you have to win. I said you can be as risky as you want, and it's okay if I lose my money. So don't worry about it. Just win the competition.
So what it could be doing is, let's just say that over the first month, Grok was up 5% and Claude was up 35%.
Yeah.
Grok could be assuming, all right, let me look at these stocks. Like what stock, like in the S&P really popped? Ooh, Google popped by 40%. Maybe he's 60% weighted in Google. Right. So I'm going to go heavy on Google, or I'm going to buy options. Like it could be making assumptions.
It could do that.
Right?
Although obviously if like Claude owned Intel and Grok didn't, and then if Grok's like, oh, Claude's beating me, I need to own Intel. Well, it's still playing catch up. Now it's owning the same thing, but starting from behind. So I think sometimes they copied and then realized, oh, that's not going to work because I actually won't catch up.
Yeah.
Because I'm already losing and I just bought the same thing. Well, by definition, I will not be able to catch up if I'm losing on the same thing.
Yeah.
So when I go through some of the holdings, you'll see that there is some overlap still. I do think part of that, though, or even all of that, is not because they're playing copycat. It's because it has been the smartest, but one of the most riskiest plays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a little
Yeah.
teaser.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if you were to play out this test, like an A/B test, same amount of money, same 5 models, same general prompting, but the only thing you change is show the holdings every week, the specific holdings.
Yeah.
I'm curious how your performance would differ on
Yeah.
that test.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would have had to start that from the start, but basically now I show, so every week I show them the totals of the others and I remind them of their holdings and I say, what do you want me to change? And then once a month, I show them the holdings of all the others as well. So that's how often they get to know what the others are holding. It's only once a month. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, like, if it knew that Claude was buying Google, Nvidia, Amazon,
Yeah.
and it saw the returns from each and when it bought them, when it sold them,
Yeah.
and it's losing to Claude, it might
Yeah.
say, all right, I'm going to buy, instead of just buying Google, I'm going to buy options for Google.
Right.
Like I'm going to do X, Y, or Z tweaks to what Claude's doing because
Yeah.
I think that will. So I'd be curious to see how that would perform.
Yeah.
Someone watching this should try that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you want, I can show you some of what they've bought and what they're at, the portfolio values of each.
Yes.
Because Claude's more than doubled my money already. So pretty sweet.
This started 6 months ago. So
Yeah.
are you using the same Claude model the whole time? Or
No, I always use whatever the newest models
okay.
are.
So as 4.6 comes out, you switch,
Yeah.
4.7.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you noticed a correlation on return profile to like which Opus model or which Grok model?
Yeah, honestly, no, I haven't analyzed it that deeply because already in like the 6 months, I guess I'm probably on model 3 from Claude, like the third new one, right? And the third new one from Chat, and maybe the second one from Gemini. Grok, I don't keep track of updates as closely, but yeah, so I don't know per model return. That would be an interesting one too. But I just kind of assume, okay, the newest one's got to be the smartest every time. So
yeah,
that's what I roll with.
Well, and the market overall has been pretty flat for 6 months, hasn't it?
Yeah, which is why this will be interesting to show you how they more than doubled my money, some of them.
Yeah.
Or at least one. But the others have done really good too. So yeah, and it's interesting to see how their holdings evolve over time. And it's interesting to see, especially the one that has been losing me money, how it's been trying to catch up and be even more risky to try to catch up.
It's like it's the sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah.
The guy walks into the casino.
Yeah.
He loses $300. He's like, I gotta earn it back. I gotta earn it back.
Yeah.
Next thing he knows, he's out $3,000. It's doing that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, luckily I can't lose more than $1,000 for any given model, but I'm getting close. So one has more than doubled it. And one has lost, and the other 3 have made money. But I'm getting close to doubling the original 5K overall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, and I've been such a Claude homer for a few months now. Like, I wonder what it would look like if you had just put it all in Claude. I mean, of course, you know what it would look like.
Yeah, I mean, you could run the numbers. Yeah.
But then it wouldn't be as interesting. You wouldn't learn as much.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was telling a friend about this the other day, and he's like, "Oh, why didn't you put 50 grand in?" I'm like, "Okay,
dude, what?
Not everyone has 50 grand just
money bags.
lying around." Yeah. But yeah, sure. In hindsight, I wish I would put more in.
Why didn't you buy Bitcoin in 2009?
Yeah, exactly.
What were you doing?
Yeah. So, but no, it's interesting, and it'll be interesting to see how this evolves over time. I've seen someone on X that is doing a similar thing, but just with crypto. But they're having the models run it. Another person on X, I saw them doing it, but in Polymarket, the like gambling basically platform,
which we don't endorse.
Yeah. So anyway, so people are trying it in different ways, and but no, I thought it was interesting to just do it in the stock market. So although Schwab has the ability to buy crypto related things too.
Okay. Now, are you only buying and selling stocks? Or are you doing options trading?
Yeah, so I said options is on the table, and I said whatever crypto things are on Schwab is also on the table.
Okay.
But I think that's only like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Like
okay.
The 3 big ones.
And has it given you any crypto trades to make?
Yeah.
What crypto trades has it given you to make then?
Yeah, so Gemini had me buy a 2x Solana ETF. So Solana is a cryptocurrency, and there's a thing that whatever Solana does, this thing does 2 times that.
So indirect exposure to Solana. You're not buying the coin itself, but you're buying the price movements.
Yeah, times 2.
Yeah.
And Solana went down.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Solana went down, so this thing went down double.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's how Gemini lost more than half of my money that I
Oh
put
my
in Gemini.
gosh.
Yeah.
What percentage of your money did it tell you to put in there?
It was pretty high. So I don't own that thing anymore in Gemini because it sold it. It realized how bad it was. So it bought like $500 of that Solana 2x stock,
Okay.
and it sold it at $162.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, yeah. So that was a big loss on that one.
Okay.
And now all of its money, well, it has some in cash in Gemini, and it has the rest in an ETF, which for those of you who don't know, an ETF is like a mutual fund. It's just like a group of stocks. It has it in the ETF with the ticker symbol of BOTZ, which is a global robotics / AI related ETF. I had never even heard of it before it told me to buy that. That's what it is. It hasn't owned it for that long. That it's up $6 in that, but that's what Gemini has right now.
Okay.
But it's in last. I think that is a worthy bet to try to catch up with.
Yeah.
You know, AI robotics. Like there's a lot of hype around that. So yeah.
I want you to do something right now. Open your bank statement and add up every single software subscription that you're paying for. Your CRM, your email marketing tool, text message platform, calendar booking app, funnel builder, review management, even a separate form builder or automation tool. I've talked to business owners paying $500 to $3,000 a month across 8 or 10 different tools, and half of them don't even talk to each other. So then they go pay for Zapier on top of that just to make things connect. High Level replaces all of it. CRM, email, SMS, funnels, websites, calendars, automations, reputation management, invoicing. One login, one dashboard, one bill, starting at $97 a month. A guy in my community was paying $347 just for ClickFunnels, $99 for MailChimp, $25 for Calendly, $79 for a review tool, and $49 for Zapier just to glue it all together. That's $600 a month if you're not counting. He moved everything to High Level and cut his software costs by over 80%. But the best part isn't even the savings. It's that everything just works together natively. A lead fills out a form on your funnel. That creates a contact in your CRM, which triggers a text and email sequence, books an appointment on your calendar, and then asks for a review when the job's done. One workflow, zero duct tape, and then you can white label the whole platform to resell it to other businesses as your own software. Charge them $200 to $500 a month. Check out gohighlevel.com/TKOpod. They'll give you a 30-day free trial to see what I mean. Did it give you justification for buying Solana?
Yeah, it always does.
Okay.
Yeah, they always like provide me with the recommendation.
Do you know what the thesis was?
It was just like, well, it bought it when crypto was still kind of going up.
So like catching momentum?
Yeah, because this maybe was like October or November of last year or something. And then, I mean, honestly, just bought it at like perfectly the wrong time. So yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, yeah.
It's as good as me.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's what Gemini has done. Okay, Grok, what Grok owns right now, which has been most of what the gains have come from, is a technology ETF that does 3x what normal technology companies do. So this owns a suite of technology companies.
What do you mean 3x?
It's an ETF that does 3 times whatever the stocks in it do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like triple leverage?
Yeah. Yep. Triple
Okay.
leverage.
One way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so like this one would like own like Microsoft and Amazon inside of it, but this thing does triple the leverage of whatever those do. So that's what Grok has my money
it's
on.
comparable to buying an option then, right? Like
Yeah.
you can multiply your
Yeah.
returns with the same amount invested.
Yeah. Perplexity and ChatGPT are basically at the same right now, same amount. Perplexity initially had lost money for me. I don't remember what it was on. And then it bought SOXL, which is another triple leverage thing on semiconductor stocks, which are hot because of AI right now. So that's what Perplexity has all of its money in. And that's what ChatGPT has most of its money in. Same thing.
So both independently invested in that without knowing the other was? Or
No,
they
I'll
did
get
know?
to that.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So ChatGPT portfolio has that too. And then it also has TQQQ, which does triple what the NASDAQ does.
Okay.
So as you can see, viewers, listeners, Chris, they're being pretty risky. A lot of triples.
This is not financial
Yeah,
advice.
definitely not financial advice. Well, it is from them. Not from me though. Yeah. Yeah. So triple whatever the NASDAQ does, it does that. But almost all of ChatGPT's portfolio gains has come from that semiconductor triple leverage SOXL. And then the current leader is Claude, who was the first to buy SOXL, the semiconductor one. So Claude bought it first, and then Chat and Perplexity saw it, and I think they copied.
Now, you said you show them holdings once a month, right?
Yeah, but earlier I showed them more often, and then I think that they started copying. So I wanted to get away from that. So now,
So it saw Claude's pick was doing well.
yeah. So what I'm interested to see is when Claude's going to tell me to sell this SOXL, whenever that may be, I'm not going to tell Chat and Perplexity.
Yeah.
I'm never going to tell them. I don't want them to know that Claude sold.
Yeah.
So whenever that happens, I'm not going to tell them. And then Claude bought a couple others, and then Claude bought Intel as well at a good time.
Which is like a similar bet to semiconductors, isn't it?
And Claude bought it. So like the US and Trump and stuff, it was a unique deal. Anyway, they own like part of Intel now, and that happened last year. And when Claude told me to buy this, that was the thesis. It was like if the Trump administration and the country are investing in Intel, it was basically like, they're going to pass like regulatory stuff or whatever that's going to be related to
Favoritism.
AI and data centers and whatever. It's going to be good for Intel.
Yeah.
That was the thesis it gave me to buy it.
Wouldn't it think it was that was already priced in, you know?
You would have thought, but it is up 285% on what it put in on the Intel buy.
Holy cow.
So it put in like $120 in Intel, and now that 120 is at 550.
Now, is SOXL, does that hold Intel as well? So you double dipping
It probably does. It probably does.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know all of SOXL's holdings, but yeah.
How long after that Trump announcement did it tell you to buy?
It was one of its first buys. So it was probably pretty soon after. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many holdings per model do you average at any given time?
Claude has 4. The rest have like 2 or 1.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were being more diversified at the start. But yeah, pretty much all of them now have 2. I'm looking right now. They all have 2 or 1. And yeah, at the start, they were also messing around with options, and some worked, some didn't. And then they've all kind of settled into these leveraged ETF type of plays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you give them an end date to this?
I said I was going to do it for 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still buying your own stuff as well alongside this?
Yeah. Yeah. I have my own portfolio that I run and invest in. And it's interesting because now what I have to do is I try to keep the AI's recommendations. I almost like try to force that out of my head.
Yeah.
When I'm making my own decisions. But yeah, it's hard because it's like, oh, well, they said that for theirs and it's actually going really well. So I have bought some of their stuff in my
like SOXL.
Yeah. Yeah. And Intel. Yeah.
I want to go buy Intel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm terrible at investing in stock.
Yeah.
So everyone knows.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it definitely, and it's interesting. So, like sometimes when they say something and they say the reason, because I always say like, give me your reasoning. If it's something that I own or that I've been thinking about buying, then it kind of gives me, it makes me think more deeply or differently about that. Or if it was something that I wasn't thinking about, then gives me a new idea. And then when they sell something, which I think, again, not financial advice, but I think probably the hardest part with investing is actually knowing when to sell.
Yeah.
I think it's a little easier to, like, you can zoom out and know when to buy. Like, oh, you should buy something that has good long-term potential after it's gone down or before it goes up, if you know, right? But selling at a high, at the peak, to me, like psychologically, that's the hardest part of investing because that's when you're the most excited and you've made the most money you have from that little investment is at that time. So it's definitely not human of you to be like, you know what? I'm so happy. I'm going to walk away.
Right.
That just is so rare, which is why, I don't know, you just don't hear about stories very often of people doing absolutely amazing consistently because of that. Right. What you do hear, I'm sure, what people hear is their random friends saying, oh, I made money on GameStop, back in the COVID times. Oh, I made money there. Like you usually hear about people's random wins, but you don't hear about all their losses.
Right.
They're not going to say, oh, I bought this and it did this and here and then I sold.
Well, and as husbands, we always tell our wives about the wins and not about the losses.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've made that pretty easy for me. Like my framework is I don't sell.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like if I had to sell to pay the mortgage, of course I would.
Yeah.
But if I buy a stock, like I just bought Eli Lilly,
Yeah.
I buy Robinhood, I buy Tesla,
Yeah.
Coinbase,
Yeah.
I will never sell them.
Yeah.
The company will go out of business and I'll lose all my money,
Yeah.
or it will return
Yeah.
a lot.
And if you are generally making the right buys, which, you know, those ones seem good, like it's a good thesis, that'll work out. You just got to stay in the game.
Yeah.
Which is the other hard part, is like being willing to just stay consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, what I'm hoping this does for me personally is when they sell something, I'm hoping that'll help me do a better job at selling things that I think, like the SOXL that's gone up a ton, or Intel. If Claude or whoever else says, "Hey, I'm selling, let's move on to the next thing," then maybe I'll sell some in my
Yeah.
personal one.
Yeah.
To just try to like build that more systematic approach into my strategy,
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
What has this taught you about investing? Not about specific stocks, but investing in general.
It's been interesting, especially to watch Gemini as it started losing my money and then basically became a gambler, and how not good.
And in its
that
defense,
is.
you told it
Yes.
could be a gambler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's very humanistic as well. Is like, oh man, I lost it. Whether you're in a casino, which is obviously the worst version of this, or in the stock market, like, oh man, I bought something, it went up and then it went down. I got to make it back. Like, how do I make it back? Or how do I make more? That's just not a good, I mean, that's not how you build wealth long term.
Yeah.
And especially starting out, that's something that I think a lot of people face. You know, the best antithesis of this would be like Warren Buffett. It's just like steady, like he just almost never sells, and he just buys good quality companies and just continues to pour money in them year over year. So I think just trying to get, because I've had an aspect of Gemini in me before. If the portfolio on paper that I had went up and then went down, then it's like, well, I got to get it back up to where it is. I got to hurry and get it back up. Well, you know, I'm not like 80 years old yet, so I don't need to hurry right now.
Yeah.
But that's been inside me in the past. So it's helped me, I don't know, rewire my brain on that side.
Yeah.
And then on the positive, when things are going upside, I think for sure that they've just done a good job at like showing me, okay, this is my thesis on why I think you should, you know, buy this and the Grok or Perplexity, whatever portfolio. And this is the return we're targeting in this time frame. But if the reason we're buying it doesn't happen, then we're going to sell. And usually I don't think that hard sometimes when I buy stuff in mine, because I might buy whatever. I might buy, let's for fun say, Eli Lilly.
Guys, I want to tell you about something I've been building behind the scenes. You've been watching my videos about AI tools and asking the same question. Okay, cool. How do I turn this into a business? Not just playing around with AI, but actually getting clients and getting paid. That's my community. It's called Playmakers, playmakersai.com. It's an AI agency program where we show you how to start an AI consulting business where you can charge local businesses $500 to $5,000 a month to set up and manage AI tools for them. It's not a course you watch and forget about. We do 3 to 7 live training calls every week, taught by me and 23 other expert AI agency owners. You get plug and play templates, Claude code tutorials, AI voice agent frameworks, automation templates, and a 30-day roadmap so you don't fall off track. This is stuff you can just copy, paste, and deploy for clients on day one. And of course, how to find clients as well. We also have a 5-day first client challenge where we can walk you through landing your first paying client in 5 days. You also get my frameworks for cold email, Facebook ads, SMS, cold calls. And then I hand you my leads galore spreadsheets with actual leads in your niche, in your area. We've already got over 200 people in there building real agencies. And if you miss a live call, it's all recorded. So if you've ever thought about starting an AI consulting business or AI implementation business, go check out playmakersai.com.
Eli Lilly does stuff with GLP-1s and peptides, which I'm sure is why you bought it. If for some reason, though, those went away or it came out that it's a scam or they're actually bad for you, well, then you should probably sell Eli Lilly.
Yeah.
If that comes out.
Because that current valuation is also based on the same thesis.
Yeah. So being more like, okay, I'm buying this because of why, and it has to happen between when. And some things don't have to happen in a certain time frame. But if you're buying some potential drug that needs to like be approved, well, there's like some time constraints and some things that need to happen there. Whereas like Walmart, doesn't really matter. People just need to keep buying, you know, food and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So thinking through theses more deeply has also been a thing that this little AI competition has helped me with.
So last year I posted an episode where I built this vibe coded tool called NEFL stocks, NEFL stocks. And it stands for Network Effects Founder Led.
Okay.
Only companies that enjoy network effects, which is a company that gets stronger based on how many people use it. Facebook has network effects because the more people that join Facebook, the more friends everyone on Facebook has.
Yeah.
So they're more likely to stay on there,
Yeah.
right? And then founder led, the data shows that companies, publicly traded companies that are still founder led, like Facebook, do better. They outperform.
Yeah.
It's their baby. They take good care of it.
Yeah.
So I kind of put those two together and I vibe coded this tool that back test data for me. And it shows compared to the S&P, if I were to spend $100 at IPO date on a company that is NEFL, Network Effects Founder Led. Robinhood's a great example. They're still founder led and they have a ton of network effects. And at basically any time frame, it outperforms significantly the market. But what the big question is like, when do you buy, when do you sell?
Yeah.
Sure, you can buy at IPO day, like StubHub is NEFL, right? It's network effects, it's founder led. They just went public last year, so I bought some.
Yeah.
It hasn't been good so far, but it's like, I'm going to hold it forever, so whatever.
Yeah.
But like, if you aren't able to buy at IPO day, which you're not usually, when do you buy, when do you sell? So I would be curious to do this test on a more specific thesis.
Yeah.
Same thing. Here's $1,000, 5 models, compete against each other. Don't be afraid to be risky, but only buy NEFL stocks. And it's a range too, because like Google, like Sergey and Larry Page, they're like on the board and they're influential. Amazon, Jeff Bezos is influential.
Yeah.
So it's not founder led, but it kind of is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I also have a 1 to 10 scale for both of those two variables, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, here's the list of companies that
because like Facebook would be
NEFL.
10 out of 10 on both.
Yeah.
Right.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. And the returns show it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, here's the list. Here's the scale. So you know like where they are in this range. It only invest in these stocks based on what you see in the scale and whatever. I'd just be curious to see how well that does or not.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that'd be cool. You should do that test. That'd be awesome.
I will.
Yeah.
So what are the results?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. Okay, I will pull them all up right now. So Gemini's in last. Again, they all started with $1,000 real money. Gemini's at $445. Grok is at $14.51, so it's up 45%.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, in like 5 months. Perplexity is at $1,731, and ChatGPT's at $1,739.
Holy crap, 70% each?
So they're up 70%, and they both own currently they both own SOXL, that semiconductor triple leverage one. And then Chat also owns the TQQQ, the triple leverage NASDAQ one.
I meant to ask you this question earlier. What models are Perplexity using?
Yeah. Perplexity, it doesn't seem to use Grok very much. So it's usually using Claude, Opus, Chat, and Gemini. And then every now and then I'll see like a random Chinese, one of those open source models.
DeepSeek?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's choosing which model to use. You're not.
It chooses. I never tell it. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they're both up a little over 70%. Oh, I just refreshed it. Chat just went up another few bucks. Okay. Claude though is at $2,400. Yeah. So 1,000 has gone to 2,400, and Claude's killing it. So everybody just needs to try to catch up to Claude on here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So in total, my 5,000 is like $7,800.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. And that's with
So 60
Gemini
so
being
60%.
horrible. Yeah.
Okay, now what is, from the day you started, what is the market up or down?
Ooh, good question. Okay, so since I started, the S&P has gone from 6,800 to 7,100.
5%.
Yeah. So S&P's up 5. My AI group together is up 60, and Claude is more than doubled.
So overall, you've 12x the market.
Yeah.
And you've 30x'd on Claude.
Yeah. And I've been keeping my kids in the loop on this because I told them that this is basically their college fund.
Basically, or is?
Yeah.
This will cover 1 semester for one of you.
Yeah.
2 semesters at BYU.
Yeah. Because I've wanted to teach them about stocks.
Yeah.
And just investing in general. But it's not always the most exciting topic. But this is pretty exciting to them because I'm like, hey, look at Claude. Oh,
Right.
look at Chat. Look what Google messed us up with, Gemini. So yeah, they are a lot more excited to hear the weekly updates
Yeah.
than I think they otherwise would have been.
Well, for my kids, I would love to have them do this. I will
Yeah.
give them $100. They
Yeah.
can split it up between the 5 models or whatever. That way they can learn AI, they can
Yeah.
learn prompting, and they can learn investing all in one.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And we'll charge 20% interest.
Yeah, totally should. It's always good to charge your kids interest. Make them learn how the real world works.
Clip that.
Yeah.
Okay, so to recap, it's been 6 months. It's not over yet. Theoretically,
Yeah.
you still could lose all your money,
Yeah.
but the market's been fairly flat. At least, in this market, 5% is fairly flat.
Yeah.
But you've outperformed by 10 to 30x.
Yeah. And I think that the next 6 months, the market is going to go up more than it has.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that these holdings that they're in currently, at least, will even do more than what the market will do over the next 6 months too. So it'll be interesting. I could do like a year update with you to see what happens 1 year in or who won, because I think it's going to I think they're doing a good job. I think it's going to keep going up.
Yeah. I recorded another video like this where I did the same test, but with 1 day expiring options. So we'll link to that. Well, Brandon, where can we find you?
Brandon Doyle on X and something like that on Instagram. And you can look us up on tkowners.com too if you want to join a community with a bunch of entrepreneurs. Good times.
Okay. Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks.
If you like this content, please share with a friend, hit a like or a comment below, and we'll see you next time on the Kerner Office.